Now, listen, so much to talk about. What a day. You know, let's.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
I mean, from the moment the police lifted all those bozos from the Republic organisation, which I was cheering loudly this morning, to the arrival at the church at the Abbey, waiting for Harry to turn up, waiting for Andrew to turn up, seeing all of the pageantry, the service itself. You know, the incredible and a strange eccentricity of it all. I mean, what do you make of it?
I thought it was brilliant. I thought Harry was as welcome there as an iceberg in the Sahara Desert. And it was great to see that...
He was there for about the same time as well.
It was, yeah. He melted away.
He did,
yeah. And it was really... I don't know if it was done deliberately, that Princess Anne, with that fantastic red plume in her hat, sat in front of Harry,
amazing,
which obscured.
Yes.
It obscured his face all the way through. For me, the two most poignant points of the coronation were when the crown went on the king's head.
Yes.
I thought that was absolutely sensational. But I have to say, and I doubt very much that it was scripted, that it was when William came to pledge his allegiance to the king, his father. Yeah. He then stepped forward and gave him a kiss on the cheek.
Amazing.
And you could just see Charles's emotion in his eyes when William did that. I just do not believe that was scripted.
He very nearly cried, didn't he? Very nearly wept at the king. He was overcome at that moment.
Totally.
And I, you know, as I keep saying, I'm not like this, but I was a bit as well.
I find it hard to believe.
I
was. Honestly, I was.
You're absolutely right. Charlie, you're absolutely right. But both of us said, and we had a caller who said it as well, imagine what was going through Harry's mind as he watched his brother being part of this incredibly sacred ceremony, incredibly kind of almost private ceremony that we were all watching, and he was nowhere near it.
Well, I thought exactly the same as well, and I just thought, you absolute numpty, what you have given up, you know, for this, it's ridiculous. Yeah. And I'm glad he's got on his private jet back to the States.
And do you know what was interesting about Harry's brief appearance was there was such a build up to it, and I among many other commentators said he's going to dominate the proceedings. All eyes will be on him. It will overshadow the big event. The king will lose his moment. But there was something pathetic, small and cheap about his arrival. Nobody really particularly noticed, and nobody really particularly cared, and that's how far he's fallen.
And he was just basically reduced to speaking to one of the few people who do actually speak to him, Princess Eugenie's husband. He was sat there chatting away, quite animated, and that's absolutely fine. But I didn't see him at all interact with anyone else, particularly no other member of the royal family.
And it's a shame that it's come to this. And I think, as I've said all along, and I think you've probably agreed, Charlie, there's no way back for him now. There's literally no way back.
No, I can't. I just cannot see how. I mean, there's burying the hatchet. There's burying the hatchet. There's no way the hatchet can be buried in this. There's not going to be any. There's not going to be any reproachment at all. I mean, Harry has burnt his boat, and that's it. It's all over.
Let's talk about the other royal pariah, Prince Andrew, the Duke of York. You know, who arrived, you know, really pompously in his own car, all dressed in the royal garter, cloak, and everything. Yeah. You know, all full of his self-importance, consigned like Harry, that other third-rate royal, to the third row. He still rates himself, and there are suggestions that he was booed as he came down the mall. I watched this. I think, actually, he just came down the mall, sort of, oh, look, I'm in my own car. He came down the mall to total silence and total indifference.
That's what I saw when I saw the car come down the mall. I didn't hear anything, to be perfectly honest. It was only after that I saw on Twitter that apparently there was a boo or two. I never saw it. But yeah, again, he still thinks he's got a role in life. Well, he hasn't got a role in life.
Yeah.
It is behind the scenes.
Yeah, stay out of the way. Role in life.
And he hasn't. I mean, okay, yes, he is a member of the Garter, and he wore the robes. He legitimately wore those robes. He must have asked the king's permission, and the king has said, "Yeah, you go ahead." But that's it. He's not had any other role in the coronation.
And what about Camilla? Because obviously we've just had a call from a guy who said, you know, I want to forgive her, I want to embrace her, but there's a part of me that's still kind of, you know, annoyed about the fact that I don't think that she should be Queen. Are there many people who do you think will feel like that today?
Oh, I think there are. I mean, from what I've been listening throughout the day, various people on chat shows and all that sort of stuff, and on social media, yeah, there is a sizable majority out there who don't want Camilla to be Queen. I mean, they've got this bee in their bonnet about her being called Queen Consort, because that's what the Queen said she would be called. But all queens who are not blood related are Queen Consorts. Diana would have been Queen Consort. When Catherine gets to the throne, she will be Queen Consort. The consort will be dropped, as it should be. I mean, I thought it should have been dropped before today, but it's now going to be Queen. I mean, I spent quite a bit of my royal life chasing Camilla up and down this country.
Doorstepping her.
Doorstepping her. And I've met her several times. I've found her very charming.
I agree.
I mean, she was on a PR exercise. I found her very charming, and as they say, time is a great healer. Diana has been dead, unfortunately, for over 25 years. She's now Queen. I would have loved to have seen Diana as Queen, because I thought she was a brilliant Queen. I would have been a brilliant Queen. But Camilla's Queen, and we have to accept it.
She was Queen of all our hearts, Charles.
Yeah, all that. I don't know if you're watching the BBC, but
I did, unfortunately.
So King Charles wants us to refer to her as Queen Camilla, and I just think if that's what he wants, what the hell, you know. But did you notice on the BBC coverage, Claire Balding in particular, every time she said Camilla, she went Queen Consort. You know, they're not having it at the Beeb that she's the Queen. I think, what the hell?
I think Claire Balding was too busy looking up horses' bottoms most of the time, to be honest, and to decide what colours they were wearing. I mean, she's no longer the consort word is now dropped. There's no question about it.
Why not?
She is Queen.
Yes.
That's
Mind you, there is a consort tomorrow in Windsor, isn't there? Which Lionel Richie's going to be at.
Consort, the Royal Consort.
The Royal Consort Sunday night. Bring it on. But let me ask you this. One of my favourite moments, Charlie, was Penny Mordaunt carrying that magic Excalibur sword. I thought she was going to like plunge it into a stone. I've got this from Dave in Newcastle. He said Penny Mordaunt reminded me of Boadicea. She was magnificent.
She did.
And here's another one from Tony. I want your thoughts on this. Hi, Mike and Kev. I wonder if Liz Truss was forewarned about not nicking any robes today.
Oh, yeah. Well, I couldn't believe that Liz Truss was there. I mean, she was.
Yeah, she wasn't there for long though.
No, I mean, yeah. Well, she wasn't Prime Minister for long either. You know, I mean,
including being Prime Minister.
I mean, the walk down the aisle of Westminster Abbey lasted longer than she was Prime Minister.
Yeah,
it did feel a bit like that. Did you have a favourite moment? I know it's difficult, but did you have one?
Oh yeah, well, as I just said, the point where William kissed his father on the cheek, I thought, for me, that summed it all up. And I mean, I liked the whole ceremony. I liked the fact I kept my fingers crossed that neither he nor Camilla would trip over their cloaks, or the crown fell off. Crowns would fall off.
Yeah,
I thought when they put the crown on Camilla's head, I thought, I know she was just moving her hair, but I thought for a second there, I thought it was going to go lopsided like the Harry Enfield crown when he does the.
Great day for British royalty, though, for the country, I think.
Well, it's a great thing for British royalty. It's a great day for the country, and I'm glad to see that all the moaners in the world either got locked up today or went off and just didn't get involved in any action.
Totally agree, Charlie.
Exactly right. Listen, good to see you, Charlie. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Charlie.